Candace Owens' latest assertion has sent shockwaves through the ranks of both royal observers and skeptics alike. According to her view, Meghan Markle's pregnancy does not align with the facts at all, and now the plot has thickened even further. This is not merely speculation from a controversial commentator, but a revelation fueled by confidential yet explosive intelligence originating from inside Portland Hospital. This is precisely the medical center where Meghan claims she gave birth to Archie. With every fresh rumor, the story that once appeared to be a modern royal fairy tale begins to fracture, and those cracks become more visible day by day. The question everyone is asking is, what truly transpired on the night Archie was born? To understand the magnitude of these doubts, one must go back to the day Spare, Prince Harry's memoir, was published. The book promised brutal honesty and unfiltered confessions, but hidden among its most vulnerable passages was a single sentence about Archie's birth that, for those who know how to read between the lines, blew the entire narrative apart. Meghan received 2 epidurals, gave birth at Portland Hospital, and was back at Frogmore Cottage in just 2 hours. To the average reader, the time frame simply seemed rapid. For anyone familiar with childbirth, and even more so for experienced medical professionals, that claim did not just raise eyebrows, it set off every alarm bell. Let us consider the logistics. On a day with perfect traffic, the journey from Portland Hospital to Frogmore Cottage takes 1 hour. If Meghan and Harry truly returned home 2 hours after the birth, that left only 1 hour for Meghan to recover from 2 epidurals, for the baby to be checked, to complete discharge paperwork, to organize security, pack bags, and leave the hospital. This is an absolute impossibility according to any hospital protocol or common sense. The detail regarding the double epidural is perhaps the most baffling of all. In standard obstetric practice, an epidural consists of a single catheter, carefully placed in the spine. The dosage is adjusted as needed, but the idea of placing 2 separate epidurals during one birth is not just rare, it is practically unheard of. This is especially true in the private and extremely cautious world of a luxury clinic like Portland Hospital. For Meghan to have received 2, it would have been necessary to completely remove and discard the first one and repeat the entire procedure from scratch. This is something reserved for serious emergencies, not the calm, candlelit environment that Harry describes. The hospital staff themselves confirm it. There are no 2-hour discharges for first-time mothers. No woman, royal or not, can walk out after serious pain-controlled procedures, let alone without the mandatory monitoring of the newborn. The hospital itself is another piece that does not fit the puzzle. Portland Hospital is synonymous with privacy and luxury, but it is not a conventional emergency center. It has no emergency room or trauma unit. In the face of any complication, the protocol is to transfer the patient, not to improvise a spa-like birthing suite. Yet Harry describes dim lights, relaxing music, Pilates balls, and even a bathtub, an atmosphere more suited to a wellness retreat than a high-risk hospital birth. And as if that were not enough, Harry also recalls inhaling all the laughing gas intended for Meghan, a scene he relates with humor. In reality, nitrous oxide is strictly controlled, kept under lock and key, and administered only by qualified personnel. That the companion depleted the supply would be a serious security violation, not a funny anecdote. According to a source with direct knowledge of Portland Hospital, there are no secret elevators, hidden passageways, or royal back doors. Patients, even those bearing titles, are moved through the same corridors as the rest of the staff. There are no exceptions, no matter how blue the blood. The more one looks at the details, the more the story unravels. royal protocols surrounding births are almost as ancient as the monarchy itself. When a royal baby arrives, the Queen is notified immediately, and the press receives an official statement through established channels. But with Archie, it is said they did not inform the Queen when labor began, a break from tradition that makes no sense involving a child in the line of succession. Even stranger, Meghan's explanations regarding the absence of the press changed several times. First, she said she did not want to block the emergency entrance, which the Portland does not have. Then she accused the press of racism. Later, she claimed that they had indeed been notified, but did not appear. Three contradictory reasons for the same event, forming a pattern investigators recognize as a sign that the true answer has not yet been given. The contradictions worsen when considering Meghan's age at the time of Archie's birth. Medically, a pregnancy from age 35 onwards is classified as geriatric and carries elevated risks and stricter protocols, more ultrasounds, closer monitoring, and a low threshold for intervention. However, Harry describes a birth more typical of a risk-free and completely natural pregnancy.
Hospital insiders are clear. High-risk cases require bright lights, constant monitoring, and specialists on call, not candles or Pilates balls. And then there is the gravest accusation concerning preeclampsia. It is a dangerous, potentially fatal pathology that demands immediate intervention, magnesium serum, and continuous blood pressure control. A woman who gave birth at the Portland with preeclampsia recalled being surrounded by nurses with vitals taken every hour, confined to her room under harsh lights for days. Yet Meghan was supposedly discharged in a few hours, and shortly after she was seen traveling, attending events, and showing no trace of the side effects that accompany recovery from such a serious complication. To these are added minor details that also failed to withstand scrutiny. Harry claims he snuck out for Nando's chicken at 2 a.m., but Nando's was closed at that hour, and the Portland offers private 24-hour catering service to its VIP patients. As for the alleged secret elevator, the staff insists it does not exist. The reports on who attended Archie's birth varied, and the media had to issue corrections following contradictory statements from the doctors. They may seem like footnotes, but in the context of a royal birth, they are red flags. If the most basic facts, such as timeline, procedures, and personnel, are in dispute, what confidence can anyone have in the official version? Every time Meghan and Harry have spoken of Archie's birth, they have wrapped it in warmth, privacy, and a touch of magic, a fairy tale designed to protect their new family from relentless public pressure. But fairy tales are fragile. When the curtain is pulled back, the illusion begins to fade. The testimony of hospital insiders, the impossible timeline, the double epidural, the laughing gas, the absence of royal protocol, the luxury hospital that doesn't fit, the high-risk pregnancy disguised as relaxation, the mysterious preeclampsia, the international travel and flawless appearances, the closed restaurants and non-existent elevators, and the confusion over the very doctor who delivered the royal baby. All these inconsistencies form a pattern that cannot be explained as simple coincidence. This is no longer rumor or speculation. It is a narrative that has been told one way and lived another. And as more details come to light, the truth refuses to remain hidden. Because something in this story of Meghan's birth does not align with medical reality, royal procedures, or facts on the ground. The cracks in the fairy tale are growing, and the world watches while the truth waits to be revealed. If this chapter of Meghan's history is not real, one cannot help but wonder what other secrets await in the shadows, ready to come to light.